Hi guys, I'm Kashi Dylan and welcome to bikesrepublic.com. Today we have a very special guest with us, the Honda X-ADV super scooter. I call it a super scooter because this thing can do some fantastic things because it has all that power and good looks to match, just like a typical superbike. You can have a superbike, I don't see why you can't have a super scooter. Anyway, this thing was introduced to Malaysia about a couple months ago by Bunsio Honda and priced at about 61,000 for any other regular color, but if you like this stunning red color machine over here, it'll set you back slightly over 63,000 ringgit. Well, if you have the money to spend on a super scooter, I really think that you should spend your money on this. Why? I'll tell you. Let's start with what I like about this bike. I love the design. I love how it looks. Such a beautiful, sexy machine. Starting from the front, it has 17-inch wheels, 41 millimeters upside down fork with gold trimming, twin disc brakes, 296 millimeter twin disc, grabbed by Nissin calipers, 15-inch wheels at the back, grabbed by a single Nissin caliper, and from here you can just see how long this machine actually looks like. Well, it's a stunning looking machine, but that's not all. If you take a look at the design, you'll see how it all just kind of gels together. It's like a sculpture. It looks as if it was sculpted. The upwards facing exhaust looks very natural, very superbike-ish, gives it a very, performance-oriented, very Ghana looking stance. And if you look closely, even if you look closely, I don't think you will notice the foot pegs. Could you imagine? Could you guess? Well, it's right here. This triangular looking thing, it's actually a foot peg. See how flush it sits with the rest of the body? I love it. And the other thing that I really like about the bike is the fact that it has a handbrake. It has a hidden handbrake. Why would it need a handbrake though? Well, it comes with a 6-speed dual clutch transmission, which means that when you park it, it goes into neutral. And if you park it on a slope, it might probably roll away from you, hence the need for a handbrake. Well, the handbrake is positioned right here in what looks like an air outlet. There you go. Never noticed it, did you? Many people do not. But that's a handbrake right there. Fantastic piece of designing by the engineers at Honda. Well, the other thing that I love about the bike is the cockpit. It reminds me a lot about a Ducati Multistrada for some reason. Maybe it's the color, maybe it's the gold handlebars, maybe it's the way the controls are positioned, maybe it's the handguard or the adjustable windscreen. I'm not quite sure, but somehow it reminds me a lot of a Ducati Multistrada. So, if Ducati really did end up building a scooter, which I think they might, it really has to beat this, the Honda X-ADV. Anyway, the other thing that I really like about this bike is its performance. 745cc engine that produces 58 horsepower and about 68 Newton meters of torque. All that power is channeled to the rear wheel by a 6-speed dual clutch transmission, which sounds fancy because it is fancy. It's really smooth. It feels a lot like a CVT, but it's not. So you can feel it shifting, especially during downshift. You can hear the clunk during downshifts. But yeah, it's super smooth. However, if you want to do the shifting by yourselves, there are two buttons over here. Use your index finger for upshift, your thumb for downshift. It has riding modes too. You could ride it in manual mode where you do the shifting yourself. You could put it in drive where everything is done for you. Or you have two sports modes, Sports 1, Sports 2. Which, as you can imagine, gives the bike a more ballistic nature, I would say. So it really feels like a rocket, hence why I say that it's ballistic in nature. It's seriously quick, But Sports 1, Sports 2, it holds onto the gears longer, sharper throttle response, a less eager traction control system, and faster gear shifts. It's just fantastic. I love it. Other than that though, what else do I love about this bike? I love so much about it that I really It has adjustable front forks for rebound, adjustable rear monoshock for preload, which lets you personalize the handling of this bike according to how you like it to handle. Now, what I don't like about this bike, well, I don't like the fact that it doesn't have any cubby holes, you know. As you're riding through urban areas, there are things that you just want to keep your handphone. You know, if you have your handphone handy, maybe you at a traffic light and check your messages. It's not very convenient to keep it in the pocket. So a cubby hole to keep your phone, cubby hole to keep your wallet, you know, because you don't really need to be sitting on your wallet every time. That'll be handy. I also do not like that it has such a small underseat storage. Not very big. Probably fit one full face helmet and not much else. Well, it does come with a power outlet though, so you can charge your phone. But yeah, however, there's nothing the top box or some side boxes can't fix. So that might help there. The other thing that I do not like about this bike is that the seat is not very comfortable. I rode this thing to Kuantan and yeah, it wasn't very comfortable along the way. However, my wife rode pillion and she thinks that it's really comfortable, so I guess it's subjective. The other thing that I don't like about this bike is the fact that I can't afford it. 63,000 over ringgit. A lot of money, man. So yeah, Honda X-ADV in the market right now. If you want something that is really fast, because you can do some serious things with this bike in the corners. Those Bridgestone knobby tires, not my cup of tea. I prefer more road-going tires with better grip. Snobby tires, nah, I don't really like it. In fact, I think this bike can do a lot more with the right set of tires. Knobby tires, yeah, they give you a dual purpose. Lets you take this bike almost anywhere. But since you'll be riding it mostly in urban areas on tarmac, I feel more street tires would do better.